Facts First presents. At the age of 61, this woman gave birth to her own granddaughter. Before we get into this video, help us spread the word about Facts First by clicking that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Elliot Doherty was working as a hairstylist, and he was building his profile on Facebook. He was working with local designers to help develop his business. Well, one day, Matthew Elledge sent him a message on Facebook, and when Elliot checked out his profile, he saw Matthew's description of himself that said, "I'm a Martian and an artistic warrior." Well, he was intrigued, so he responded to the message. Shortly after that, the two met for a date at a French cafe in downtown Omaha, and after the first date, love blossomed. Well, later that year, things were going great between these two, so they moved in together. Rather than staying in Nebraska, they decided to travel to Europe for a while, where they visited countries from the Netherlands to Turkey. And after 4 months in Europe, the couple missed home, so that's when they decided to return. And it was also then they decided it was time to build a home and start a family. When they came home, Elliot found out that his mother had cancer, and that made the couple realize that life can be unexpected, and they started talking about getting married. Elliot says you never know where life will turn, and the two of them needed to grab life by the horns. They wanted to get married soon so that Elliot's mother could be there. Well, since gay marriage had just become legal, the two got engaged. Matthew was a teacher at a public school. When the school board heard about his decision to get married, they let him know that they would not be renewing his contract. His students tried to fight for him, but the school board refused to change their mind. Matthew was devastated, but he didn't let that stop him from getting married. The couple got married in the woods, where they fell in love while making Matthew's movie together. They say that their wedding was incredibly spiritual, even though they weren't religious. After the wedding, the couple went through a few changes, both good and bad. Sadly, Elliot's mother passed away because of her cancer. Shortly after Elliot's mother died, he became an uncle for the first time. And this was when he wanted to be a father even more than before. He and Matthew decided that it was time to make it happen. Starting a family wasn't going to be as easy as the couple had hoped. Because Matthew had been fired from his job, he figured the adoption agencies would not be sympathetic. Even worse, up until 2 years earlier, same-sex couples wouldn't be allowed to be foster parents. They read up on IVF but soon decided that it wasn't the best choice for them. They realized they had to come up with another plan. When Matthew and Elliot met up with Elliot's sister, Uribe, she offered to donate an egg for the couple. Well, they decided to take her up on that very generous offer. They loved the idea because their child would then be related to Elliot, and his mother's legacy could live on through their child. Next, they had to find a surrogate. The couple wasn't out of the woods yet, though. They were worried that the surrogacy agencies would hold them back from using a surrogate because they were a same-sex couple. When they realized that they'd need to find a surrogate on their own, they almost gave up hope. But that was when Matthew's mother, Cicely Rainick Elledge, stepped in. Even though she was 60 years old, she offered to carry the baby. At first, the couple dismissed the idea. The couple mentioned Cecilia's offer to their IVF doctor, expecting her to tell them it was a crazy idea. Instead, she said that it was a great idea. She said that the success of a baby being conceived was due to the health of the egg, which was being provided by Uribe. With a quick exam, she could determine if Cecilia would be able to carry the baby. Well, after running some tests, the doctor determined that Cecilia would be a great surrogate. The couple was thrilled, and they began the procedure. Finally, they were going to have the family they always dreamed of. The doctors retrieved 24 eggs from Uribe. Of the 24, 16 were mature, and 13 were successfully fertilized by Matthew's sperm. 7 of them made it to day 5. The doctor suggested that they only implant 1 embryo, since multiple births could be hard for Cecilia because of her age. Finally, Cecilia found out she was pregnant with a baby girl. Well, due to Cecilia's hypertension, the baby was delivered at 38 weeks. Finally, Matthew and Elliot had their baby, and at the age of 61, this woman gave birth to her own granddaughter. She and Uribe made Matthew and Elliot's dream possible. Subscribe for more.